Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranch. Today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC 268, Usman vs. Colby Covington 2. We start out with some select prelim fights. The order's a little messed up. I was going to say early prelims, but did the research, then they switched the order around. Matter of fact, there's a replacement. I did have research that Alexa Kamur fight, but he got replaced by Jacoby. What's the guy's name? Dustin Jacoby. So I'm not even gonna do that fight anymore. I don't have time anymore to cover every fight on the card, so I'm gonna just select. I'm gonna do like Monday. I'm gonna still do videos every day, but I'm gonna do 3 per. I can't do 4. It's just too much. I don't have time. I don't have time to all the cappers and stuff. I put a lot of time and effort and research into these videos. So anyway, before I get into this, I want to discuss a little bit of UFC 267. I did all right, not bad. As most of you loyal subscribers and viewers know, I didn't cover all the fights last week. I could only do 4 prelims because I was working out of town and I was actually in the field working. I didn't have time to review all the watch all the handicappers. So anyway, I will discuss how I did and where I went wrong on my picks, because I did do the whole full card breakdown with BC Dave on Friday, like I do every Friday after the weigh-ins in the recap show. But anyway, let's see how I did. I got the curtain jerker, nailed it with the prop. I got Ulanbekov by decision. He beat Alan Nascimento. Started out real good. Then the second fight in, went wrong. I had Yao Zhang Hu. Because originally I had Andre Petrovsky, but during the face-off, Yao Zhang Hu looked so much bigger. And I was like, he's Tiger Muay Thai product. He's got to be decent despite his 3-2 record. I was wrong. Petrovsky outclassed him every single round. Doesn't matter the size or not. He was definitely the better fighter in that. I should have took that too, because I knew. Don't fade the guys from Philadelphia. But then I went on a little streak. 1, 2, 3, 4 fight win streak. Nailing some props. I had Lerone Murphy TKO round 2. I nailed that against Makwan Americani. Then I had the upset of Oleksiejczuk beating Gamzatov. Got that. He did a TKO in round 1. I picked TKO round 2, but still, he worked for my parlay. I picked Eliza Zaleski by decision. Nailed it against Benoit Saint Denis, and that was the one. It shouldn't have been by decision, but that was the one the ref. He got fired after that fight because he just let it go to the guys were dead. Or was it the Kopylov fight? I don't know. But then I got Albert Duryev. Picked him by decision, or I picked him by submission. He got the decision against Roman Kopylov. I think it was that one. One of them, there was the ref that got fired for, horrible reffing job. He let it go to decision where he shouldn't have. It was one of those 2 fights, I'm sure. I forget which one though. Then I had 2 in a row wrong. I had picked Ricardo Ramos, but he lost decision to Zabara Tukagov. Then I lost a t-shirt to BC Dave on Verna Jandarova, Amanda Hebaz. Verna Jandarova, she looked good round 1, but then round 2 she just puttered. She didn't come out as good in round 1. And anyway, Hebaz got the decision there. I propped and nailed Magomed Ankalaev over Volkan Ozdemir. I said decision. He got the decision. Then I went out on a limb and took Jing Liang Li. I know I was going for that long distance hopeful shot. I knew Khamzat was gonna win, but I went out on a limb just because I was like, you know, Khamzat, yeah, he's awesome, but he hasn't really faced any real stiff competition if you look at his fights. But nonetheless, he made me look a fool and submitted Lee in round 1. Then I went on a 3-fight streak again. I had Volkov beating Tybura. He did it by decision. I thought he was going to do it within distance, so I didn't get the prop there, but I did get the pick. Islam Makhachev subbed Dan Hooker with the Kimura. That was good on him. I picked him to win, but I didn't think it was going to be that way. I picked him by decision. Then Petr Yan and Corey Sandhagen. What a battle that was. Of course, I took Petr Yan. I think he's pound for pound the best fighter in the UFC. But Corey Sandhagen, he surprised me making it going the distance. I had Yan by within distance. I had him winning within distance. It didn't happen. Went to decision. Then finally, I went with a lot of other people and took Jan Blachowicz to beat Glover Teixeira. But Glover, he submitted Jan round 2. So good on Glover Teixeira, the new 43-year-old champ. Good on him for being 43-year-old light heavyweight champion. So there you go. Overall, I went 9-5 overall. Not bad, but in the Tapology contest, I think I placed toward the bottom half. Whatever, it is what it is. Let's get into these 3 fights because it is kind of late. Work has been so busy lately, so I don't know what's going on. It's just, work has just been piling up for me. I suppose it's a good thing. Anyway, let's get into this. First we have, I'm opening up, it's not the curtain jerk or nothing. There's another fight before this. I want to say, it's the Odie Osborne fight, and right? Let me see. I got Tapology pulled right up. Hold on a second. Yeah, CJ Vergara. CJ Vergara is a plus 153 underdog. By the way, I'm taking Vergara, but I didn't cover that. I did watch a lot of cappers, and a lot of them are on Vergara. I should have did that, but whatever. We're gonna start out with this. Melsik Baghdasaryan, the Gun, taking on Bruno Souza, the Tiger. The Gun versus the Tiger. Melsik is the big 3-1 favorite, minus 300, coming with a pro record of 6-1, coming off a dominant victory over Colin Anglin. He did a TKO round 2. I picked the Armenian in that, and he came through for me in Baghdasaryan. He's a savage, dude. On the feet, he is a savage. He's trains at a Muay Thai America gym, which is in North Hollywood, California, which I don't know anybody else on Tapology that's like, you open the Tapology, I don't know anyone else that's from that school, but he seems to be doing good with it. He does have a 2-inch reach advantage over Bruno Souza. Bruno Souza, a fighter coming out of the LFA. This is his UFC debut. He is on a 10-fight win streak as a professional. His last win was against Javier Garcia, unanimous decision. Like I said, an LFA product. He is a short notice replacement for TJ Laramie. TJ Laramie had some sort of bacterial infection, so he had to pull out. Bruno Silva trains out of the Machida Academy in Brazil. It was blacked out. You couldn't even open up this facility on Tapology, so I couldn't tell you who's coming out of there. I imagine Lyoto Machida, but I could be wrong. But anyway, Bruno Souza is the plus 250 underdog coming into this. He's 25 years old. Baghdasaryan's 29. Take that for what it is. 29. What's up, Nor? Not bedtime yet? Oh, almost. 20 minutes. So let's see what the cappers have to say. I think you guys already know which way it's going to go. But nonetheless, let's put them up here. We've got taking the favorite in Baghdasaryan, the gun, Melsik, Baghdasaryan. We've got Stat Diggers, both Wheezy and DFS are both taking Baghdasaryan. Both those guys are pretty high on this Melsik dude. Also, MMA experts, that's AJ DeVito. I'm just going to write experts. He thinks Baghdasaryan should get it done by decision. I like when they prop it out. I like when you say the method. Leighton from UFC Gambling Addicts. Big fan of Leighton. He's saying Baghdasaryan by TKO. Good on ya. And MMA Guru, the one with the knit cap from the UK that makes videos every day, all the time. Guy is so busy. He's also saying Baghdasaryan by TKO. And finally, to cap it all off, we have a contrarian pick. We've got James Lynch taking Bruno Souza. Because Bruno Souza's got a better fight resume, he's beat Kamwela Kirk. He's beat Miles John's brother. I think his name is Elijah, maybe, or something like that. Beat Miles John's brother, Kamwela Kirk, and he's beat some decent dudes over in LFA, and then before that, Jungle Fights, I think, baby. But anyway, James Lynch is going by 10-1. Souza's, you know, no complaints there. Melsik Baghdasaryan 6-1. His only loss for Baghdasaryan was back in his debut as a pro back in like 2014 or 15 or something. So can't take much from that. This should be a good fight. I gotta go with the gun though. He's just too good, man. He's a beast. I'm gonna go with Baghdasaryan to get it done, and I think he's going to get it done by TKO. Also, with the capper majority, that's going to be my pick. On Tapology, when you have to pick the method and the round. I'm going to say round 2. That seems good because round 1, Souza's going to. I don't know though, Baghdasaryan. You know what? Round 1. Round 1, this guy finishes people, and he finishes them fast. So there you have it, Baghdasaryan, TKO, round 1 over Bruno Silva. Souza, I'm sorry. Bruno Souza, not Silva. That's a totally different guy. I apologize. Moving on. Next, we've got the sloppiest fight on this whole card, the lowest level fight on UFC 268, but so be it. I already did the research, and everybody's stay away from a betting standpoint. You can't bet on sloppy, middling heavyweights, but regardless, we're going to talk about it and we're going to place a pick. And I'll probably bet it because I'm a degenerate gambler. So, call 1-800 Gamblers Anonymous or whatever. I don't really care. I don't need to call that because I'm a winning gambler. We've got Gian Volante fighting out of Belmore Kickboxing. That is in New York. I think it's Long Island. Belmore Kickboxing houses the Gregor Gillespie is probably the best person out of there. I think that's run by Matt Serra and Ray Longo. Matt Serra, you know, of his fame back in the day. He had like a knockout over, like some one-hit fluke knockout over GSP, was it? I don't know, it doesn't matter. But anyway, Gian Volante fighting out of Belmore Kickboxing. He comes in with a record of 17-13. Coming off a loss to Jake Collier. Before that, he had a loss to, who was it? Maurice Green. Maurice Green tapped him out from his back, and it wasn't even, he tapped out of pure exhaustion. It wasn't even a choke. It wasn't a submission. He just gave up. He just huffing and puffing, just tapped out. And it was kind of amusing, comical, if you will. But anyway, Gian Volante 1-4 in his last 5. He does have a interesting. He has a split decision win against Ed Herman. That's, I guess that's decent. But that happened back in 2018. Now he's at heavyweight. I think that Ed Herman fight was a light heavyweight, 205, where he should be. Gian Volante is like a fat light heavyweight, kind of like I would be if I was to fight light heavyweight, or if I was to fight heavyweight. He's taking on Chris Barnett, Beast Boy. Now Chris Barnett, better, even though he's coming off a loss to Ben Rothwell by guillotine choke in round 2. He is 4-1 in his last 5. And Chris Barnett always been at heavyweight, even despite his physical prowess. He's 5'9" heavyweight, so you can just imagine. And he fills out at heavyweight. He's a thick boy, very thick, 5'9". He fights out of Jackson Wink, but he also has his own place called Barnett Taekwondo. The dude he does spinning kicks, spinning back fist. He does a lot of spinning stuff, and it's fun to watch. I like Chris Barnett, Beast Boy, and like I say, he's 4-1 in his last 5. Take that for what it is too. So anyway, Beast Boy, this is a close fight. That's minus 118 for Volante, and Chris Barnett minus 102 with a record of 21-7. Not double-digit losses yet, like Volante. Volante, man, it's a shame because he's got to fix his diet and get down to 205. He's not made to be a heavyweight fighter. Where Chris Barnett, you can't make yourself grow taller, but he does have the frame. I don't think he can suck down to 205. He's filled right out. He's a big boy, but at least he's got the cardio. He can make it all the way without tapping out on Maurice Green fake ass choke. Whatever. Go watch that fight between the basket weaver Maurice Green and Gian Volante. It's comical. Anyway, let's start with the favorite, Gian Volante. Unbeknownst to me, they're very close in age. Volante's 36, Barnett's 35. Like I said, Volante does have a 6-inch height advantage and a 1-inch reach advantage, but 6 inches height advantage, that's saying something. Okay, taking the favorite here, Gian Volante, we've got UFC gambling addicts, Leighton. He is not confident with this pick. He is not betting this. Stay right away from it. No bet, but Leighton is going to take Gian Volante here. And pretty much everybody else is on board Chris Barnett. Spoiler. So we've got James Lynch taking Barnett. MMA experts, AJ DeVito, he's saying Barnett should get a KO. Round 2, I can see that happening. Good on you. Round and method, I like that. The Guru, MMA Guru, he's also saying KO. He's saying round 1. He says, he's hilarious, man. All the links will be in the description. I urge you guys to check all their videos out. MMA Guru said this guy Gian Volante does not give a shit about his family, because he had an interview. He's like, oh, I got a wife and kids now. I got to support them. Well, then act like it. That's what he pretty much said. He says, act like it then. But then we got, he's hilarious. MMA Guru is hilarious. One of my favorites. Just entertaining, fully entertaining. And we've got the stat diggers, also hilarious. Wheezy is making a pass on this. He's staying right away. But DFS Brady, he's no bet, but he is going to take Chris Barnett because of Gian Volante's recent losses, just looking like crap. So, and Wheezy said he's got an idea for a Netflix show called Fat John and Huggy Bear, like a cop show where these two are a team of like cops, and they keep trying to get the bad guy, but they get real close, but then the bad guy ends up getting away out of their grips by doing a weak ass submission like Maurice Green did. I don't know. He's going off on it. I was listening to it in my ride to work, so I didn't write all the details or nothing. But it's check the links in the description. Check it out. Very funny stuff. Very entertaining. But look at this. I'm gonna have to go with the underdog here and take a Huggy Bear, Beast Boy, Chris Barnett, and I think he's going to get it done within distance. I'm not going to say round 1, but I would say round 2 or 3, because that's where Volante, he's gasses out after round 1. I think that Maurice Green loss was round 2. Might have been even round 3, I don't know. But I'm going to just say within distance. That'll make that a plus money. It's already almost plus money. So there you have that. Lackluster, middling, heavyweight, lowest level fight on the card. But Leighton, I suppose it could happen. Gian Volante, I just don't think so. I'm kind of confident in Barnett, actually. He's got his own Taekwondo school, and he does spinning stuff, and he's, I like his Taekwondo. I'm going to take him. I'm going to even bet it. Don't bet this. Everyone say, do not bet this. Stay right the F away. But whatever, I'm a degen. I'm taking Barnett against double-digit loss, Gian Volante. Fade Volante. Sorry, I don't like talking smack on fighters, but yeah, Volante. Anyway, Fat John. Anyway, we got, moving on. This one was originally at the bottom of the card. Now it's moved up a little bit. It's still in the prelims, and I don't think it's headlined the prelims, but it's still up. It moved up the card a little bit. So we've got Megatron, Phil Hawes taking on the Action Man, Chris Curtis. Phil Hawes comes in 11-2. Remember, he was supposed to fight Deron Wynn. And then Chris Curtis jumped in, and Phil Hawes like, nah, I'm not taking that dude on without a camp. So that was, I want to say 3 weeks ago or something, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But now he had a little bit of preparation for Chris Curtis. Now it's on. Phil Hawes is over 3-1 favorite. I think it's the second widest line on the card, which is not good. But he's at minus 335 against Chris the Action Man Curtis, making his UFC debut, which has been a long time coming. This guy should have been in the UFC for a while. He's overall as a pro 26-8, more than double the fights Phil Hawes has, and he is 5-0 in his last 5. He's fighting. His last fight was against Kenny Robertson. I know, who's he? Unanimous decision, but he pretty much reigned supreme in the XMMA. That was the regional scene. That's like Florida, and actually the last event was South Carolina, so I'm assuming it's the southern East Coast, that region down there. And Chris Curtis fights out of Extreme Couture. Pretty good considering they have active fighters with fights coming up, such as I'm not saying they're the same weight class or anything, but we've got Jeremy Kennedy's going to be fighting Emmanuel Sanchez in December. Brad Tavares is fighting Brendan Allen in December. Dan Ige, 50K, fighting Josh Emmett in December. And Francis Ngannou is fighting Cyril Gane in January. However, Phil Hawes, he's no longer at Hard Knocks 365. He's fighting out of Sanford MMA. And also a lot of active fighters coming out of there. I can't think of them off the top of my head, and I did not write them down, which I should have. But I know there's like a handful of fighters with upcoming fights. Actually, Ian Gary on this card comes out of Sanford MMA. Oh, Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen's fighting the Brad Tavares, December 4th. So that's coincidental. But anyway, Phil Hawes coming out of Sanford MMA with, it's like Gilbert Burns, Vicente Luque, Coach Henry Hooft, well-known coach. Phil Hawes, he's Megatron. He's coming off a win against Kyle Dawkins. That's pretty good. He's got 2-inch height and 2.5-inch reach advantage over the action man, Chris Curtis. He's on a 7-fight win streak. Before moving down to Sanford MMA, he did fight out of, he's from Little Ferry, New Jersey. Let me tell you something, just a side note. I stayed in Little Ferry, New Jersey last week. That's when the week I couldn't make videos because I was just working way too hard with long hours and all that. But I did enjoy one of the best Shibu restaurants. Shabu. It's like Korean hot pot restaurant. The best one I've ever had is in Little Ferry, New Jersey. However, the hotel I stayed at, the worst hotel I've ever stayed at. Actually, one of my guys, not my room was fine, but one of my guys on the crew had to switch his room because he got bed bugs. And that is all in Little Ferry, New Jersey. Not the best place in the world, but that was just a little side note. That's where Phil Hawes is from. Anyway, let's see what these cappers have to say about this between Phil Hawes and Chris Curtis. Now, Phil Hawes, you know he's got the wrestling accolades. I told you, he's won some NCAA tournaments. Was it D1 too, I think. D1 or D, I don't know. I know he was, yeah, I want to say NCAA D1, because I remember when I was doing the stats against Duran Wynn, another collegiate champion wrestler. Oh, you know what? Phil Hawes, it was junior. It was D3 National Junior Championships, but then he went on to wrestle at a D1 school. He went to wrestle at Iowa or Iowa State Cyclones. Yeah, he was a Cyclones. That's Iowa, right? Iowa State is the Hawkeyes. I don't know. I get them mixed up. But anyway, Phil Hawes definitely has the advantage when it comes to wrestling. Chris Curtis, however, action man, I bet you stand-up, I would say he's the more technical, sharper stand-up striker. So Chris Curtis, I think, has a slight advantage on the feet. I don't know if he's got the same power as Phil Hawes, because Phil Hawes does have that height and reach, and he's displayed, he's got some power to him. But Chris Curtis, live dog at plus 260. If it goes decision, he might be able to outpoint him as long as he doesn't go to the ground with Phil Hawes. Let's see what the cappers have to say. We've got taking Phil Hawes. We got the horrible marker. Horrible. We've got MMA experts. Boo. Taking Phil Hawes. AJ DeVito's taking him by decision to get it done. Probably through control time.
Clicks. 2 clicks.
James Lynch.
3 clicks.
Also taking Phil Hawes by decision over Action Man.
4 clicks.
UFC Gambling Addicts. He's saying Phil Hawes should get the KO. Good on ya. Or TKO. TKO for Phil Hawes. We got the MMA Guru also saying TKO KO in the first round. And finally, the Stat Diggers. Well, DFS. Weezy really didn't say but I'm assuming he's taking Phil Hawes. But DFS Brady definitely said it, and he said by decision for Phil Hawes, making this a full capper consensus.
I'm taking all the nuts out of my candy.
A full capper consensus. Are you gonna do the dance with me or what? You don't do that anymore?
I was taking all the nuts out of
I
my
will.
candy.
A full capper consensus is when
All the handicappers
pick
pick one
side.
side of the white bar.
Throw some lucky pearls. You didn't even do that. You've been lackluster.
Does this have nuts in it?
What is it, 100 grand? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably does. So,
Does it have nuts?
we got a full cap consensus. Everybody's taking Phil Hawes here, rightfully so. He is a huge favorite. I think the line is a little bit too wide. I have to take him because his wrestling accolades. He was champion in college. I was going to take him against Deron Wynn. I would take him against Chris Curtis. And however, like I said, Chris Curtis, there's a route to victory if he keeps it standing. And he shows
Do French bars have nuts?
No, they have rice, like crispy rice, so it's good.
Yay!
Chris Curtis, if he does have some takedown defense and can keep the fight standing, that's his path to victory. So there is a way for him to win, but that's why the line I think is a little bit too wide. I would have put Phil Hawes at like minus
This is way bigger than the
2
French
something.
bar that comes in my Lunchable.
Yep. Little bit. I think it's a little bit too wide, but rightfully so, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna take Phil Hawes to get it done. Also by decision, probably by control time. He will get it to the ground. I don't think Chris Curtis. I don't think he's ever been finished. And yeah, I'm taking Phil Hawes to get it done by decision. So there you have it. To recap.
Time's up.
Time check. I think I'm about right.
Time check.
Time check. To recap, I've got Melsik Baghdasaryan, the 3-1 favorite, of course, to get it done, to beat Bruno Souza. However, Bruno Souza, there is 10-1, and his only loss was a while ago. This should be an interesting fight. I don't like that value line either, but if
Who's Bruno Souza?
he's the Tiger. But Baghdasaryan
Bruno
Silva, he's a different fighter. Right.
What if they fighted against each other?
That would be interesting. The fight of the Brunos. But I think Bruno Silva is the lighter weight. But anyway, Baghdasaryan, I got him winning by TKO in round 1. If you method and round, you can make that a plus money, I'm sure. Then
There's a mosquito, Dad.
I've got Chris
Dad, there's a mosquito. Okay.
Chris Barnett, Huggy Bear, the Beast Boy Chris Barnett, getting it done over Gian Volante. I think he's gonna get it done within distance. I would imagine KO. I'll say on Tapology, I'd say KO round 2, and then finally to wrap up this 3-leg parlay of Baghdasaryan Barnett, I'm gonna throw in Phil Hawes. He should get the victory by decision over Chris Curtis, but that's definitely, I'm not comfortable. It's not a lock. I mean, I'm confident, but not minus 335. I would not bet it except for in a parlay. So I've got Hawes, Baghdasaryan, Barnett, 3-leg parlay, and if I prop it, Hawes by decision, Baghdasaryan TKO round 1, Barnett within distance. So there you have it. Gather the info, place the bets, and cash those tickets. They have nuts.
Have nuts in them?
Yes, they have nuts. That's M&M with nuts. So I appreciate you watching. Give me that thumbs up. Give me that like. leave all sorts of comments on who you think's gonna win these fights here, especially if you got a contrarian pick. I want to hear why you would pick Gian Volante, or why you'd pick any of these other big underdogs like James Lynch. He's picking Souza because of his fight resume. He thinks he's fought a better line of notable fighters in LFA than Baghdasaryan has, which I think he makes a good point there. I like that. That might even be a little hedge bet play. Interesting. But I'm sticking with that right now. So anyway, leave your comments, leave your like, share, subscribe if you haven't, all that good stuff. I appreciate you watching. Good luck on your bets, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.